Amid stormy skies, rising waters, and constantly shifting ground, there are moments when natural forces converge, light motion and pressure blending together, creating changes strong enough to reshape familiar spaces in an instant. Like rain with weight, heavy hail pours down, while strong winds break plants and pots one after another. A storm in South Australia brings a different kind of rain, with large hailstones falling and spreading the force of nature. Rock and soil collapse from a mountainside, turning a highway into a natural wall, a stark reminder of landslide hazards and roadway safety after heavy rain. The bell tower collapsed amid roaring ground and rising dust, a heartbreaking yet powerful sight that showed both destruction and resilience. In Athens, flash flooding turns roads into a continuous flow as vehicles lose their position against the rising water. A peaceful day in Greece suddenly changes script as water rushes in unexpectedly, making everything A burst unfolds right before the viewer, showing that when speed crosses a limit, even small errors become major.
Pain over, sir.
In a rail area, a car accidentally shifts gear and moves forward, colliding with a train, showing how familiar situations still require careful control. At another crossing, a stalled truck turns a familiar space into a high-risk point where the train's momentum becomes decisive. The moment shows the thin line between decision and reaction, as train speed leaves little room for adjustment. A simple moment leaves a clear lesson: forgetting the parking brake can turn a vehicle into unintended motion.
Otaku ¡oh!
Black ice sends a car sliding forward, showing that early braking and greater distance are key on frozen roads. A pedestrian crossing without checking enters danger, showing that looking both ways is essential. A brief flash in a familiar space when a lone tree becomes the point where sky energy meets the ground. In an ordinary setting, a strike from above causes a transformer to burst, showing how natural energy can exceed expectations. In Ventura County, the ground slides in its own rhythm as landslides force road closures and reshape familiar routes. During monsoon season in northern India, the ground seems to flow with the water as landslides halt highways under constant pressure. At a Utah resort, a mass of snow suddenly awakens, cascading down into a massive white cloud over the ski area.
It's gonna pummel us. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Here it comes, bro. Oh, we are. Extremely bad snow squall here. I can't see. It's covered my camera. Extremely bad snow squall here. I can't see. It's covered my camera. Woo! No! Extremely bad snow squall here. I can't see. It's covered my camera. Woo!
A strong greeting from nature as a large branch falls in front of a police car during wet snow conditions, freezing the moment. How far do you think is safe to stand while still watching a scene like this? In Santander, large waves seem to push past their limits, rushing into viewing areas and changing the rhythm of the space.
Madre mía. Madre mía. Manolo, hasta rápido.
On icy roads, staying in lane and avoiding overtaking is key to preventing chain collisions. What do you think caused the car to lose control from such a small change on a slippery surface? This situation shows that even slight steering changes on slick roads can lead to loss of control. With thick snow and almost no grip, a gray Lada slides off course and hits multiple vehicles. A reminder that winter roads are more unpredictable than they appear.
Hey, Dan, you just put a call in for removal.
Да, вот же он. Да.
On snowy roads, a white truck loses traction and slides, pulling multiple vehicles into a collision, showing how unpredictable winter conditions can be.
Ой, уходи, чувак!
At a car wash, a silver Daewoo loses control and enters the work area, making the safety distance for workers extremely thin.
Встал сразу на ноги, да?
At a police stop, a collision happens in seconds, forcing people to jump aside, showing that focus is needed even at low speeds.
Собираюсь ехать он туда-туда. Я говорю, съезди, приедем, это самое. Разберемся. Рота! Ой, блин.
In the Philippines, Clark International Airport becomes a center of shaking as a 6.1 earthquake moves through the entire area. In San Diego, a 5.2 earthquake creates an unusual rhythm as dogs become highly sensitive to vibrations moving through the space. In Crete, a familiar shopping area suddenly shakes, making everything feel fragile under the Earth's unexpected movement. In a familiar space, a bear family appears as if exploring the neighborhood while a pickup truck becomes an unplanned pit stop. At a crowded Lake Tahoe beach, a large visitor strolls in, calmly giving sunbathers an unforgettable surprise. Under clear water, a seal seems to know the greeting, gently reaching out its flipper and turning the encounter into a surprisingly friendly moment. A backyard pool in Texas turns into a natural splash game as large hail makes the water bounce nonstop. A car becomes the sky's drum as hailstones strike rapidly, sounding like an unexpected rhythm. In Florianopolis, the storm seems to drop blocks of ice as large hail turns a backyard into a constant impact zone. A small bus seems startled too hard when a gas tank ignites during refueling. Fortunately, no one is present at that moment.
О, Рожик. Опа, офигеть, это уже с маслом. Охренеть, это бак взорвался. Да-да-да.
Like a snow blanket too heavy, a garage roof gives way under pressure while a dog steps out just in time. Inside a store, the floor seems to lose its footing under the weight of stocked shelves, creating a sudden change, fortunately without harm. Like opening a massive water gate, Lake Dunlap suddenly overflows, turning the area ahead into an unstoppable current.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. I knew that was gonna break up. It was so riding.
On icy roads, a large truck spins near a police car at a red light, showing how quickly conditions can change. A brief moment shows a distracted truck driver hitting a Mercedes door and driving away with consequences unfolding instantly. During rush hour on a slick highway, a truck loses control, crosses lanes and overturns, showing how loss of grip can destabilize large vehicles. Instability while working at height leads to a fall, highlighting the importance of secure footing. A quiet parking lot nearly turns into a close call, but the man remains safe, like a brief second of risk avoided. A cozy hot pot moment suddenly gets unexpected guests as two visitors drop in from above, turning a familiar scene into something surprising and unforgettable. A man opens a metal gate carrying a paint can and a bucket on his shoulder. As he closes the gate, the bucket tips over, splashing paint everywhere. A short but bold moment as a wheel breaks free and continues its own journey, leaving behind a minivan that clearly didn't sign up for this event. In the middle of everyday life, an incident happens at the exact moment no one is nearby. making it both tense and unbelievably lucky. If you were the shop owner, how would you react when everything happens this fast? In deep waters off South Africa, a great white shark rushes toward a cage, compressing the moment into a few tense seconds. In nature, animals like wild boars rely on quick reflexes to survive, and this moment shows how even a small opening can make a big difference.
Holy! What I mean? Jesus, that was right in front of the camera.
A lunch call echoes, and a crocodile appears, instantly turning the moment into something both surprising and captivating.
He's a big car.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God, Bryce.
A sweep of water wipes out an unfinished fridge, showing how nature can redefine everything in seconds.
Bro, that's so much.
In New Jersey, rising water flows without boundaries, carrying cars along the road and turning the area into a place to avoid.
That's so much. That's so many cars with so much. Oh my God. Oh my gosh.
Holy. This bridge is gonna collapse. This bridge is gonna collapse.
In Yellowstone National Park, water seems to rewrite the terrain, sweeping away a bridge and leaving an empty gap in moments.
That was our way.
Ходит он на чистое поле, свистнул, гаркнул своим рогом.
If you found this moment striking, hit like, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more incredible moments. A peaceful backyard dinner suddenly becomes an unexpected stage as fireworks join the scene in a way no one anticipated. A World War II torpedo warhead is safely detonated, creating a powerful moment as stored energy releases in an instant.
Yo voy a quitarme los zapatos. No se puede salir en media hora, ¿eh?
Have you ever seen water rise this fast in real life?
Dios, mira el contenedor, mira el contenedor. Porque le da el coche. Los de hierro. A mi coche le da. Mira. Mi coche me quedó. Adiós. ¿Cómo se ocurre? ¡Ay, hermano! ¡Que te lleva el agua! ¡Que te lleva el agua! ¿Qué pasa?
This moment shows how fragile structures can be, as everything can change in a short time.
El olor a gas que tenemos por ahí.
In Goresio, rising water flows over a bridge, erasing familiar boundaries and highlighting nature's strength.
Sai che siamo su...
No, magari dammelo.
Secondo me lo tiro giù.
In Utah, the view is already stunning, but the bonus feature arrives when a group of elk shows up, turning the moment into a lasting memory. In South Lake Tahoe, a bear finds the perfect tree, scratching and swaying like it's enjoying a well-earned break. On a wide road, a flock of sheep casually takes over, forcing everything else to pause and give way. Like a shadow with weight, a male lion walks into a campsite in Botswana, bringing a sense of power and unpredictability. How would you feel suddenly standing among a space filled with glowing eyes watching you?
Wow. Wow. Holy crap.
Would you dare stand close enough to hear the ice crack and fall like a moving mountain? At a wedding in the Mojave Desert, nature joins the celebration a bit too intensely as a distant rock slide turns the big moment into a tense, unforgettable memory.
It's giving me chills.
Northern California feels like it shifts underfoot as a 6.2 earthquake spreads, putting walls, ground, and space into constant motion.
Is everybody okay?
In Milan, thick smoke from a major blaze rises over an apartment building, leaving a heavy and unforgettable scene.
Sta cadendo tutto intorno.
In Rome, a water jet shoots upward like a vertical force, towering above nearby structures in a rare and striking sight. In Denmark, a grain silo falls off its intended path, changing the entire surrounding space in a memorable moment. On a highway, an overpass structure seems to lose its support, collapsing moments after a pedestrian steps away a narrow escape. Just after leaving a gas station, the canopy structure loses support and collapses, blocking the entrance in a near-miss moment. A situation where just a slight misstep turns an entire delivery into an uncontrolled giveaway, leaving everyone both amused and a little frustrated. A roof suddenly drops the entire winter below, sending parked cars sliding as if they joined an unplanned ski trip. In a relaxed setting, one slip shifts everything from calm to off-script, leaving viewers both concerned and quietly amused. A playful moment goes a bit too far, and the bed calls it quits, leaving a situation no one could react to in time. On an icy highway, a truck lost control in seconds, showing how reduced traction makes distance and speed critical for safety. A near collision highlights how observation and speed control when turning are key to avoiding sudden dangers. The moment the road gave way beneath a vehicle created intense tension, revealing how unpredictable urban environments can be.
Yeah. And I asked him if he needed to move the back a little bit, but it's fine.
I gotta go. Everything, we're okay.
A hotel seemed to end its story earlier than expected, nearly hitting a motorcyclist. Yet the outcome stayed surprisingly minor, with only a few cars taking the impact.
Watch out, Cody! Watch out, Cody!
158, 418.
In urban Tajikistan, a massive flock of crows fills the sky, making it feel alive with motion and unforgettable energy. Greece's coastline suddenly changed its look as layers of spiderwebs covered the area like nature decorating in its own unique way. On a Texas highway, a lightning strike approaches a vehicle ahead, creating the sense that nature is always close. In Central Florida, branching lightning spreads across the sky like drawn lines, suggesting a system balancing itself. Like a signature from the sky lightning strikes near a home brief, yet powerful enough to leave an impression.
Did you see that?
In the quiet white landscape, an explosion acts like a wake-up call, sending layers of snow sliding down in a controlled sequence. During snowfall at Palisades Tahoe, a gondola turns into a pendulum in the sky, swaying as if caught in an invisible current of wind. A blizzard in Svalbard shows how strong winds and heavy snow can quickly reduce visibility and drop temperatures, making safety difficult to maintain. In Stasso waves from Medicane, Zorba surge repeatedly, making the harbor feel overwhelmed and nearly swallowed. Along the town's shoreline, waves and wind continuously press in showing how accumulated natural energy can dominate coastal space. The sky over Abilene, Texas seems to pour down heavy ice as massive hail falls continuously, showing the storm's intensity. Southern Ontario turns into nature's styling salon as hail reshapes tree canopies in a surprisingly forceful way.
Another male came in. That was
In Maui, the experience becomes even more special as humpback whales leap together, creating a breathtaking natural display.
oh my gosh, you're right there.
Without any signal, humpback whales appear right on cue, drawing cheers as if nature planned the moment itself. In the waters of Cape Town, southern right, whales seem to play in their own way, making the ocean feel alive and welcoming.
There we go.
Wow.
Look at this. Oh! Yes, please. Yeah, baby. Yes, please.
With a powerful leap in South African waters, a humpback whale turns stillness into a dynamic natural performance. On a highway, a bridge support seems to lose its final alignment, bringing part of the overpass down in seconds. Luckily, no one is affected.
¡Puedo creer! ¡Me cago en lo puto!
Does this moment change how you see the complexity of controlling a helicopter?
You okay?
A surprising moment ends smoothly thanks to stable technique. Everything stays under control, a quiet reminder of preparation's value. An unexpected nighttime landing, there's contact, but no one is hurt. When skill is strong enough, risk can still stop just in time. A small mistake with big consequences. The motorcyclist violated traffic safety rules, causing a semi-truck to lose control and crash into the median. Operating a boat requires even load distribution and center of gravity control. Just a small shift can lead to instability. In Valencia, a tense situation eases as stranded people are gradually brought to safety, leaving a sense of relief. In Murcia, rising floodwater carries vehicles away, turning familiar spaces into something difficult to control.
C'è il coach ahí.
In Adra, Spain, powerful floods sweep away vehicles, showing how nature can exceed expectations and control.
Adiós, Pepe.
The ladder stayed steady thanks to someone holding it, turning what could have been serious into a minor slip, a small preparation with a big impact. A moment where a motorbike seemed to have a mind of its own, spinning once before giving into gravity in a strangely amusing way. Painful yet funny, he slammed into the glass door. Everyone froze for a second, then sighed in relief when he stood up. Fine. Probably the luckiest door collision of the night. During the demolition of a cement plant beside the railway, a concrete tower suddenly collapses toward an excavator. The operator recognizes the danger and jumps clear to escape. A high-speed truck with its cargo door left open nearly caused a major accident, a stark reminder of how critical vehicle safety is, especially for long-haul transport. In Florida, a pair of deer unexpectedly dropped by a restaurant, turning a calm space into a scene of sudden movement and confusion. A simple corner came alive as a rhino treated a tire like a toy, bringing a surprising sense of familiarity to a wild moment. In the mountains of Italy, the man's calm reaction while facing a bear helped keep the situation under control.
Non dargli la schiena, lui fa il cavolo.
A single bark changed everything as the dog caught a moose's attention, creating a moment both surprising and unpredictable. In Foz de Douro, the sea seems to accelerate with continuous waves crashing in and filling the coastline with motion. A storm in Zarautz shows how strong winds combined with tides can drive powerful waves toward the shore. What would you prepare to be more ready for sudden tremors like this?
¿Cómo se mueve? No, se mueve una banda, lo que te está salvando. Mirá, se mueve todo. Es muy grande esto. Mirá cómo se mueve. Mirá cómo se voltea.
In Mexico, a restaurant feels like it loses its foundation as tremors pass through, prompting people to quickly move away from the unstable area.
¿Qué era eso?
Fuera de los cables de luz.
In Arta, floodwaters rise rapidly toward bridges, creating tension as the line between stability and overload becomes fragile.
Άμα πήγε άλλο τόσο νερό, εγώ το φοβάμαι.
A routine delivery suddenly meets a feathered coworker as a crow steps in to inspect things, closely turning the task into something unexpectedly challenging. Golden doodles seem to turn on party mode when a snowblower starts chasing the snow with pure excitement that's hard not to enjoy. While the owner cleans a window, a Labrador jumps in to join the fun, turning a simple task into a moment full of laughter.
Palīgi no otras puses. Kārtīgāk notīri šeit arī vēl lūdzu.
In the Basque region, the ocean demonstrates how quickly energy can build, creating movements beyond control.
What was that white light off? What was that white light off?
Flooding in roads shows how extreme weather can quickly reshape living environments. This moment reflects how floodwater can rapidly impact daily life and infrastructure under extreme conditions. Along the Tennessee River, the ground seems to move in silence, carrying away 2 houses and showing nature's quiet power. At the cliffs of Moher, waves during storm bar crash against the cliffs, creating a powerful rhythm between sky and sea. Along Galway's coast, wind and rising waves during storm, Eric combine into a harsh, forceful motion.
Adesso si alza un fumo che... Qua si alza un fumo che arriva...
At Petite Dalle Beach, part of the cliff suddenly gives way, turning a quiet scene into something heavy and unpredictable. In Iceland, typical winter weather with blizzards shows how cold air and strong winds can rapidly create harsh conditions. In Passy, when snow layers lose cohesion, the entire mass can slide at high speed, highlighting the unpredictability of mountain terrain.
Putain, il y en a une autre encore. Ouais. Là, c'est la troisième, là. Ah, c'est impressionnant.
Near a pub in Cork, the boundary between land and sea suddenly shifts as walls and roads give way.
I'm not going to clean up that car park too easily this time.
In La Hinch, strong waves repeatedly hit the seawall, showing how accumulated ocean energy directly impacts coastal structures. In Osa de Montiel, Spain, heavy rain quickly turns roads into flowing streams, shifting the rhythm of the environment.
¿Por qué estás haciendo tope con la acera? Sí. Si no había tirado más para adelante. Mira.
In Valderan, muddy water surges through, bringing a heavy sense of nature moving with uncontrollable force. A familiar region in northwest Spain suddenly changes role as rivers expand, pulling everything into nature's rhythm. Not just on the field, Croatian fans lit up the sky with fireworks, turning the whole atmosphere electric. In New South Wales, as heavy rain races floodwaters, swarms of spiders begin an emergency relocation, creating a scene that's both fascinating and a little unsettling. Goats suddenly switch roles, standing on their hind legs like they're trying out their own dance, making the scene energetic and unusual. What remains isn't just the mark of change, it's a clear reminder of nature's uncontrollable power. If you felt it, drop a like, share your thoughts, and subscribe for more moments like these.